All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Uh, it's a magnificent Monday, man. Great day to be here. Great day to be alive. Great day to have another great day. This is the New Black Wall Street Book Club where Black folk do read. You put in a book, we absolutely will find it. And we are going through, continuing along in the book, How to Be Rich. And we're in the chapter, getting down to the end of this book. I think we may be done maybe by the end of this week. I'm not sure. It's a rich inner life is soon rich on the outside. That's the chapter that we're going through as we continue along in this book, man. Hopefully, you've had a wonderful weekend and you're ready to have another great week as you continue to change the way that you think and changing your life and how you perceive life and how you perceive this thing that you live in. And you start to get different results. It all starts in the mind. You fix your mind, you'll fix your wallet, you'll fix your life, you'll fix everything else in your life. But it first going to start here, the way that you think. Anyway, good morning to you, Instagram Live, YouTube Live. Thanks so much for joining. Hey, we got to get right into this thing. We got 30 minutes a day. That's right, 30 minutes a day of empowerment, 30 minutes a day to keep broke away. Let us know where you're connecting from as well, by the way. Let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country. We know how far we reached today. As we continue along in the New Black Wall Street Book Club. You know what time it is. Time to get this show on the road. DJ, hit the music.
All the words from the pages change your world. Your world, it can change your heart. It can change your mind. It can change your life. Love can change your world.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here on YouTube Live, Instagram Live for the New Black Wall Street Book Club. PA, Philadelphia is in representing. What's going on, Miss Allison? Good morning to you, by the way. Thanks so much for joining us here today. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise and ERGJ Black Bazaar, also international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. That's right, The Black Billionaires Club. It's the study of Black wealth. It's the study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's right, if you want to be wealthy, all right, that's a decision that you make. Everybody don't want to do it, but some people do. If you do want to be wealthy, you should study wealthy people. Don't study poor dad, study rich dad. And we got a lot of rich uncles and aunts right here, right here that have done it. They're doing it, and I believe if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, you can do it. But the big thing is, if you want to do it, you can do it. But why not learn from them first and then you just mimic their ways? Just do what they've done and you'll have similar success. You guys like this? Do y'all like this 7:30 time better than 7? Let me know. I might have to put a poll up. Maybe 7:30 works better for some of you guys. Your sleepy heads. I don't know. Thanks so much for joining, though. I'll get right into the book. Of course, you can pick up that book at www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. And also, while you're there, you can actually join the club. That's right. It's a club. It's a club of people who are serious about winning with money, serious about winning in life, serious about achieving their dreams. We just met last night, by the way, for our Millionaire Mastermind Alliance. And how many guys actually are part of a mastermind group where you can bring your ideas and other people bring their ideas, and you can come up with solutions to the problems that you might have, solutions to the problems of starting that business, solutions to the problems of expanding that business, solutions to whatever problems you might have. It's all about, sometimes you got to connect with other like-minded people. That's right. And like-minded people. See, for a long time, I was hanging around like-minded people. I was broke and they was broke. We was like-minded. We thought broke. We acted broke. We did broke stuff. But then I changed my circle. First, I changed myself. I changed how I thought. I taught myself some things, and I changed my circle. And now I'm still hanging around like-minded people. But they're not broke-minded people anymore. They're prosperity-minded people, wealth-minded people, success-minded people, healthy-minded people. So maybe you still are hanging around like-minded people. Or maybe you need to change your circle. I don't know. But anyway, you got an opportunity to do that. You can make a $20 investment to join that club today, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. When you get there, click on Join the BBC. Now, we're going to continue on our mindset makeover. We got our flashcards today. Yeah, we're on day number 21. It's been 21 days of change to happen, and we're going to just keep recycling these things. But 21 days, so we're on day number 21. And it says it takes 21 days to change a habit of thought, a habit of how you think. Well, today is talking about worst enemy. Who are your worst enemies? Worst enemy. All right, let's see what it says today. Procrastination and distractions are best friends, but are my worst enemy. Procrastination and distractions. I will not put off another day what I should have accomplished on yesterday. I'll do it now. I like that word, now. No opportunities wasted. Now. I'll do it now. Are there some things that you woke up this morning with that you've been hesitating on, you've been waiting, you've been delaying? I'll do it tomorrow, next week, and you can do it now. Why? Put off tomorrow what you can do today, what you can do right now. Procrastination kills dreams. Distractions throws us off track, gets us off our plan, gets us out of our lane. Is it possible that you've been allowing your worst enemies to keep you from where you say you like to go? Procrastination, that's something that you can have. That's something that you can take care of. And distractions, letting other people move you out of your lane. Ooh, ooh, TV, big distraction. Facebook, big distraction. Distractions, procrastination, your worst enemies towards accomplishing or building your dreams. Well, that's going to be your worst enemy, man. Day number 21. Of course, you can pick these flashcards up as well. We're going to start back over, right? We're going to keep on doing. Start back over. All you got to do is just inbox us. Let us know you want to pick these things up. 21 days, 21-day flashcard. I think I got about 3 copies left. It's a $20 investment. And I'm telling you, man, $20 investment, a $20 investment, a $15 investment. All these things are little investments in yourself that you can make to enrich yourself. And if all of that, $20, $15, that's $50, that's almost $60. You pay more than that to go to a football game. It doesn't enhance you at all. But there's a lot of watching of football this weekend. A lot of people, 3 hours a game, that's 6 hours. How much is your time worth? How much are you worth to yourself? Hey, man, let's get right into what we're going to talk about today, man. Of course, how to be rich, why not you? We're continuing on in this book, A Compact Wisdom from the World's Greatest Wealth Builders. Think about that. We're studying wealth from the greatest wealth builders. And it only costs us $15 to do it. $15 to study wealth. And how many people still don't have the book? Crazy. But we do have some copies available. You can order the book from us today. Just inbox us. Let us know you want to get the book today. That's crazy. $15 to study wealth. And many of us still don't have the book. Procrastination and distractions are your worst enemy. Hey, we're going to pick up where we left off at on Friday. We were listening to Mr. James Allen, and he was talking about an awakened consciousness and being alive to possibilities. Well, we're going to pick up today, continue on from Mr. James Allen, one of my favorite authors, right? He says, gaining more and more equilibrium with landscape flowers up in the house, Instagram. I grew from my old friends with my old behavior and adopted new behaviors and new friends. Yes, that's what happens. You grow, you mature, you evolve, you start becoming a new person, and you start attracting new people. The old ways just they're still your friends, but you just don't hang out with them as much as you used to because they're still doing the stuff that you don't want to do no more. That's normal. It's kind of weird, but it's normal. Gaining more and more equilibrium from Mr. James Allen says this, in this manner, you will be continually gaining more of that mental and spiritual equilibrium, without which men are but helpless straws upon the ocean of life. If you're given a hatred or anger, you will meditate upon gentleness and forgiveness so as to become actually alive to a sense of your harsh and foolish conduct. You will then begin to dwell in thoughts of love, of gentleness, of abounding forgiveness. And as you overcome the lower by the higher, there will gradually, silently steal into your heart a knowledge of the divine law of love with an understanding of its bearing upon all the intricacies of life and conduct. And applying this knowledge to your every thought, your every word, your every act, you will grow more and more gentle, more and more loving, more and more divine. And thus, with every error, every selfish desire, every human weakness, by the power of meditation, is it overcome. And is each sin, each error is thrust out, a fuller and clearer measure of the light of truth illumines the pilgrim soul. By meditating, Everybody put in console, meditate. By meditating, you will be ceaselessly fortifying yourself against your only real enemy, your selfish, perishable self. Now, notice what he says here. Really, your only real enemy is your selfish self. I got a question for you, just by the way, because we had some homework over the weekend and we've been talking about this thing meditating. Have any of you, did any of you take the time this weekend to carve out a portion of time of your day to meditate? See, it's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to study it. It's one thing to understand it. It's a whole nother thing to actually do it. And so we said, hey, do it in the morning, do it at night, do it at some point in time in your life. So we had this whole weekend that went by. How many of you guys honestly took some time out of your day to meditate, to think about what you've been thinking about, to change what you've been thinking about? It's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to study it. It's one thing to understand it. And that's why I said knowing is only half the battle. Some people say if you know better, you'll do better. Well, we read this on Friday. Many of us know, hey, man, I should probably do some meditating. We know it, but did we do it? Because if we didn't do it, we didn't get better. We didn't. We just know it. We just know something now. We filled with information, but what about application? See, I don't want you to be the person that's filled with information. Got a whole bunch of knowledge, but no application. Very little wisdom. A lot of knowledge, very little wisdom, therefore a lack of understanding. Right? The only way to get it to work in your life is to work it. Makes sense, right? I mean, it does. So your only real enemy, your selfish, perishable self, and will be establishing yourself more and more firmly in the divine and imperishable self that is inseparable from truth. The direct outcome of your meditations will be a calm, spiritual strength that will be on your stay and resting place in the struggle of life. Great is the overcoming power of holy thought. And the strength and knowledge gained in the hour of silent meditation will enrich the soul with saving remembrance in the hour of strife, of sorrow, or of temptation. As by the power of meditation, you grow in wisdom, you will relinquish more and more your selfish desires, which are fickle, impermanent, and productive of sorrow and pain, and will take your stand with increasing steadfastness and trust upon unchangeable principles, and will realize heavenly rest. Now, notice what he's talking about here. He's saying you're going to basically, what it says in the Bible, you're going to die to self, right? And you're going to cling upon unchangeable, permanent, eternal, universal principles. A life of principle. You stand on principle. See, there are some things that are way more valuable, have way more power than our thoughts and our emotions. They are laws and principles. See, the thing about this life that I found out, and you can tell me whether it's true or not, is that it doesn't matter. These laws or these principles don't care how I feel about them. They don't. You're allowed to have your feelings. You're allowed to not like it. You're allowed to like it. You're allowed to love it. You're allowed to, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I feel about the law. The only thing that matters is whether I'm going to observe the law, whether I'm going to act upon the law, where I'm going to use the law to my benefit. How I feel about it doesn't matter. I mean, I may not like that I have to sow in order to reap, but that doesn't stop me from having to sow in order to reap. You still got to sow in order to reap. So the laws or the principles that govern this life don't care how you feel, don't care how you think. It's either you're going to work the law or you're not. It's really like black and white. It's like it's either you're going to do it or you're not. You're either going to listen or you're not. You're either going to obey or you're not. How you feel about it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like your children, right? You can tell them, hey, go into your room. And they're like, I don't want to go to my room. And you be like, I don't care what you don't want to do. I don't care how you feel about what I just told you to do. You still going to go to your room. If not, then there's going to be some punishment, right? Are we not still just like them? Still little children, still children as it relates to understanding these laws and these principles of life? Do we still have temper tantrums like our children? Yes, we do. Do we still not want to obey just like our children? Yes, we do. Are we not just like them when it relates to certain things in his life? Yes, we are. So we can still learn from them. Interesting. Get all on their back for what they do or do not do. But who's there to govern us? Where are our spiritual or our parents, so to speak? Now that you're an adult, you feel like you're in control. You can do what you want. Well, there are consequences, there are reactions, there are things that come to us whether we choose to obey or not. Becoming one with the eternal, Mr. James Allen goes on to speak. The use of meditation is the acquirement of a knowledge of eternal principles, and the power which results from meditation is the ability to rest upon and trust those principles, and so become one with the eternal. The end of meditation is therefore direct knowledge of truth, God, and the realization of divine and profound peace. Said the divine Gautama, the Buddha, he who gives himself up to vanity and does not give himself up to meditation, forgetting the real aim of life and grasping at pleasure, will in time envy him who has exerted himself in meditation. He instructed his disciples in the following 5 great meditations. The 5 great meditations. Number 1. First meditation is the meditation of love. Everybody put in console love. The meditation of love, in which you so adjust your heart that you long for the will and welfare of all beings, including the happiness of your enemies. Whew. You adjust your heart so that you long for the will and welfare of all beings, including the happiness of your enemies. Woo, Lord. Now I might not even need to go no further. I mean, that's the first one. Can we get past the first one? Including the happiness of my enemies? Oh, Lord. Help me with this meditation of love. I need some help. All right. Second one. The meditation of pity. Oh, Lord. I got some meditating. The meditation of pity. Everybody put in console. Pity, in which you think of all beings in distress, vividly representing in your imagination their sorrows and anxieties so as to arouse a deep compassion for them in your soul. Having compassion for people. Pity. I like the word compassion a little bit better than pity, but hey, we're just going to read from what the Buddha said. The meditation of pity, in which you think of all beings that are in distress, vividly representing in your imagination their sorrows and their anxieties, so as to arouse a deep compassion for them in your soul. Having a compassion for people. Now, here's what I first thought about when I read this. Having a compassion for people who are where you used to be. See, what I found is that as we evolve and get better and all this stuff, sometimes we get puffed up knowing that we've advanced, and whatever. Sometimes we look at people who are where we used to be, and we may wonder why they're not further along in their journey. Now, one thing that helps me with this is that let's see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find it. What is it? I think it's Malcolm X. He says, don't be in such a hurry to condemn a person because he doesn't do what you do or think as you think or as fast. There was a time when you didn't know what you know today. This one quote has been a staple in my life for about 3 years. Don't be in such a hurry to condemn a person because he doesn't do what you do, or think as you think, or think as fast as you think. there was a time when you didn't know what you know today. And Michael Jackson says like this, do you remember the time? And I think this quote really helps me to stay in a place of compassion in order to help other people move out of their misery, knowing that there was a time when I didn't know. There was a time when I was just like them. There was a time when I thought like that. There was a time when I lived like that. There was a time. Pity, compassion for other people. Meditation upon love, meditation upon pity. He goes on to say the third meditation, the meditation of joy. Oh, I like that one. I like that word, joy. Everybody put a console of joy. The meditation of joy, in which you think of the prosperity of others and rejoice with their rejoicing. Now, I'm pretty good at this one. We're going to come back and we're going to figure out which one's you the best at, which one you weak at. We're going to play that game today. But joy, in which you think of the prosperity of others. I absolutely love being a part of other people's success, more so than my own success. I mean, when I have success, it's like, yeah, I did it by myself. But when other people have success, I feel like I'm a part of it. I'm like, yes, I see you winning. It does something to me. Like, yeah, you win, yes. You think of the prosperity of others and you rejoice with their rejoicing. Joy. Right? Now, notice this. In the first one, we talked about love, in which you adjust your heart so you long will for the welfare of others. And he talked about pity, the compassion for others. Now he's talking about joy, the prosperity of others. These meditations seem to have something to do with connecting with other people. Right? You got the book. Oh, we on page number 143. Pretty Steve, thanks so much for joining. The fourth meditation, the meditation of impurity. Impurity, everybody put in the comments on impurity, in which you consider the evil consequences of corruption, the effects of sin and diseases, how trivial often the pleasure of the moment and how fatal its consequences. How trivial often is the pleasure of the moment, but how fatal are its consequences. Ooh, that hit like a ton of bricks. And then 5, he says the fifth meditation is the meditation of serenity. That's peace, in which you rise above love and hate, tyranny and oppression, wealth and want, and regard your own fate with impartial calmness and perfect tranquility. So we had to meditate. Now, see, this, you know what I like? Because now this good book is saying, hey, not only are we going to talk about meditating, we're actually going to give you some things to meditate upon. Meditate on love, meditate on pity, meditate on joy, meditate on impurity, meditate on serenity. As I was going to say, by engaging in these meditations, the disciples of the Buddha arrived at knowledge of the truth. But whether you engage in these particular meditations or not matters little, so long as your object is truth. So long as you hunger and thirst for that righteousness which is holy, is a holy heart and a blameless life. In your meditations, therefore, let your heart grow and expand with ever-broadening love until free from all hatred and passion and condemnation. It embraces the whole universe with thoughtful tenderness. As the flower opens its petals to receive the morning light, so open your soul more and more to the glorious light of truth. Soar upward the wings of aspiration. Be fearless and believe in the loftiest possibilities. Believe that a life of absolute meekness is possible. Believe that a life of stainless purity is possible. Believe that a life of perfect holiness is possible. Believe that the realization of the highest truth is possible. Those who so believe climb rapidly to heavenly hills, while the unbelievers continue to grope darkly and painfully in the fog-bound valleys. And we just talked about, this is from Buddha, by the way. You may not follow him, whatever the case may be, but I think those are good things, the 5 great meditations. And for many of us, we talk about meditating, but we may not know what to meditate upon. I have no idea where to start. Well, this could be a great start. Meditate on love, meditate on pity. The meditations of joy, the meditations of impurity, and meditations of serenity, peace. Now, I ask you this, of those five, right? Of those five, which would you say you are skilled at? You're like, oh, I got that one. This one there, this one right here, that's me all day. Right? I'm not gonna ask you which ones you need to work on, or which one you may need to meditate on, which one you may be weak at. I want to know which one you're strong at. Meditating on love, let's go to this again, which is to adjust your heart so that you long for and the welfare of all beings, including the happiness of your enemies. The meditation of pity, right? In which you think of all things in distress, vividly representing in your imagination their sorrows and anxieties so as to arouse a deep compassion for them in your soul. Meditation of joy, in which you think of the prosperity of others and rejoice in their rejoicings. The meditations of impurity, in which you consider the evil consequences of corruption, the effects of sin and diseases, how trivial often the pleasure of the moment, how fatal its consequence. That's my weakest one. Oh Lord. And the fifth meditation of serenity, in which you rise above love and hate, tyranny and oppression, wealth and want, and regard your own fate with impartial calmness and perfect tranquility. Well, I would say joy for me is number one. That's got to be number one. And after joy, I would probably say love, because I really, really want to see everybody win. Now, when I get down to impurity, that's probably last. When I get down to pity, Lord. Pity is probably 3, and I would probably say serenity is 4. One of those. I don't know. One of those. Pretty said, I'm great at meditating on wealth, and I'm skilled at meditating on avoiding debt and saving that green paper. Absolutely, man. Meditations for life. And we're going to read one more, and then we'll stop here. Ralph Waldo Trine, going within, getting the kinks out of our minds and our lives. Going within, getting the kinks out of our minds and our lives. All life is from within out. All life is from within out. That is something that cannot be reiterated too often. The springs of life are all from within. This being true, it would be well for us to give more time to the inner life than we are accustomed to give to it, especially in this Western world. So that's again, if you believe that all life from within is from within out, it would be well for us to give more time to the inner life. How many guys at this point of reading through this and going through this and saying, hey, we got some meditations, we're talking about, we're leveling up, we're learning how to be rich. How many of us are saying, you know what, I'm going to commit to giving more time to my inner life? In other words, I'm going to work harder on myself than I do on my job. See, this is once we know it, right? To know, right? If I know better, I do better. No, that's not true. We know it. Now we say, do we agree with it? And then, okay, are we going to commit to it? Are we going to commit to spending more time on our inner life, working harder on ourselves than we do on the job, understanding that I can attract to myself whatever it is that I want once I become an attractive person in that area? Committing to developing myself, my inner self, realizing I'm going to attract all the things that I want on the outside. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, which is on the inside, and its righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you, realizing that the kingdom is on the inside of you, that you carry it with you. There's nothing that will bring us such abundant returns as to take a little time in the quiet of each day of our lives, every day. Taking a little time to get quiet, to be still and know that he's God. All these things has been spoken to us so many times. But having the discipline to do them is a whole other thing. We need this to get the kinks out of our minds and hence out of our lives. We need this to get the kinks out. We need this to form better the higher ideals of life. We need this in order to see clearly in mind the things upon which we would concentrate and focus our thought forces. We need this in order to continually create anew and to keep our conscious connection with the infinite. We need this in order to that the rush and hurry of our everyday life does not keep us away from the conscious realization of the fact that the spirit of infinite life and power that is the basis of all, working in and through all, that is the life of all, is the life of our life and the source of our power. And that outside of this, we have no life and we have no power. We need this. What is it at this? We need to give more time to the inner life than we are accustomed to give to it. Here's what's very valuable and interesting about this. Some people will, some people won't. Some people will, some people won't. Most people simply won't. We all got 24 hours in a day. Many of us act like we don't control our time. So we know those that think that they can't control their time, they can't make decisions about their day, they simply won't. But it is the other of us who we got a little bit of control. We realize, man, what's valuable, what's important, what's a priority. And until you make it a priority, until you say it's important for me to spend a little bit of time every day working on myself, to spend a little bit of time every day getting into solitude, to spend a little bit of time every day getting quiet, to spend a little bit of time every day being still, to spend a little bit of time every day simply thinking and meditating and praying. Until we make it a priority, everything else will be more important. Watching TV would be more important. Scrolling through Facebook would be more important. Even being here on YouTube and Instagram would be more important than working on myself. Give more time to working on yourself. Why is that so important? We're talking about how to be rich. You know how the rich people get rich? They work on themselves. They become more attractive to wealth, prosperity, opportunity, ideas. It eludes, those things elude people who are not attractive to it. This is New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Been going through the book, How to Be Rich. We probably have about, I don't know, this last week before we move into another book. And so hopefully you've gotten this book. Hopefully you've invested $15 to pick up a book like this to change the way that you think and change your life forever. Man, this time, man, got to ask this question as we always do, that price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Right now, we're thinking about the prices you pay to be here today, to level up, change the way that you think, change your thoughts, change your life, change your mind, change your life. And just think about the time that you spent, because that's really what you spent, your time that you can't get back. What value did you receive today? Was this worth your time and why? How did this make a difference in your life? In the comments below, share with us the value that you received today. As we've taken 30 minutes out of our day to keep broke away. 30 minutes. We set aside the time to read and to discuss and to change. Unusual behavior from unusual people who will be making unusual kind of money. What value did you get out of the day? Now, I know I talk faster than you're typing that. You guys are typing that in the comments below. And you can just want to make you aware of the opportunities that you have available to you, right? We got the book, The Black Billionaires Club, that you can pick up today at www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. You can also join the club, $20 a month. You want to connect with us, you like this, you want more of it, you join us as we meet and we continue to level up in business and life and continue to go to the next level. And you can also pick up the flashcards that we have. Inbox us to pick these up, $20 for you to do that. Flashcards, 21-day flashcards to change your habit of thought. And then also the book. You can get the book that we've been reading over the past couple weeks or last month or so, How to Be Rich. We do have these in stock, some copies. Just inbox us, let us know what you'd like to do. Value that Ms. Monica says she values be deliberate in carving out time to work on my inner life. Absolutely. Being deliberate about carving out time to work out my inner life. And the thing that I did, guys, I just simply got up 30 minutes earlier. an hour earlier. It was important to me. And I thought to myself, I said, I will get up for other things. I'll get up to go make some money. I'll get up to open up a present or a gift for Christmas. I'll get up to do those things. Once I realized that my life is a gift, my life is a present, I get excited to wake up and open that gift up every day. How about you? Well, guys, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. And it starts with us. It starts with a man and woman looking in the mirror and deciding they're going to be the change they want to see. Let's build, people. Let's build these businesses. Let's build these bank accounts. Let's build these minds. Let's build these ideas. Most importantly, let's build one another. Let's do it together. We all we got. But guess what? That's enough. Man, I pray to God to preserve each and every one of you, that we'll have time to be able to meet again tomorrow right here at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Until that time, you know what time it is. DJ, hit the music.